I got 10 top players to rank all the heroes in Clash Mini, from the ones that will make you lose instantly to the heroes that you have to use to get wins. Starting with the tier. The heroes you have to avoid, such as the Monk. He's just so easily countered by so many things right now. The guard from the Skeleton King can easily overwhelm him. The Barbarian King's immunity shield prevents the Monk from just KOing him in one super. The Shield Maiden also has that, and after that's triggered, she can also drag a Monk down with her to die with her super, Kamikaze style. And Pink Fairy is just a better version of the Monk, and I'll tell you why that is towards the end. And then we have the Wave Master. He was around the middle of the pack before the recent balance changes, only because of a bug that made the Wave Master invisible when the Wave Master throws the Royal Ghost with his Clash ability. But now that it's patched, it just can't make a big impact anymore. The Healing Ranger can counter her perfectly for obvious reasons, and the Pink Fairy can just one-shot him before he can even dash away. And throwing minis with the Wave Master Clash just isn't as effective anymore, because the Musketeer's third star can knock those minis back. And why would you do that when you have Miner anyway, which is just a cheaper replacement that has Dissipate as well. Moving on to the C tier, these heroes are weak, but they are still useful in a few specific scenarios. And a perfect example of that is the Natureborn. She did get a lot of HP buffs, but it's just not enough to put her on the stage. The Deer form is overshadowed by the Barbarian King, because the Barb King can give attack damage buffs way more reliably. The Human form is overshadowed by the Archer Queen, because Archer Queen can give way better support than the Natureborn because of her invisible, and since Healing Ranger already does a great job of healing anyway, so right now that just makes her nature borderline useless. Then we have the Royal Champion. The recent super damage nerf was a big blow to her. It changes a lot of interactions, so she can't just change supers as effectively now. And it's not even close to one-hit killing the guards that the Skeleton King spawns, so you should only really use her when there are tiles that reduce mini HP, like the Curse tile, Devil Steel, and Mirror. Those are the only scenarios that really allow her to reliably and consistently change her supers and really get that value. And last but not least, well, maybe kind of least, we have the Warden. Minis with shields like the Guard and the Knight just aren't that relevant right now, so that means that the Warden's best synergies aren't really viable. And add that to the fact that Warden barely does any damage, that really puts him in a tough spot, and is only really useful in the Devil Steel tile where the shield really comes into hand. Oh wait, we still have the Countess. I forgot about that. And to tell you why she is not that strong right now, here's Previak, a top player and a frequent tournament winner.
Countess is quite a weak hero at the moment. She is easy to counter because she has too little HP, and right now there are minis with stuns and high damage in the meta. But sometimes if you use good combinations, you can win different meta heroes, for example Pink Fury.
Moving up to the B tier, these are usually good options for countering some specific heroes in the A or S tier, and they're generally just solid options, such as... Wait, what? There's nothing here in my script. There must be a mistake. Hold on. Oh my god, dude, I swear if you mess up my script again, I'm gonna cancel you on Twitter.
5 minutes later.
So apparently, there is actually no B tier heroes. Look, I know what you're gonna say, Abdul. Just don't say.
I told you so.
Yeah, there is just a very clear distinction between heroes that are good and bad right now in this meta. So any heroes above this point is something that you should definitely use. And this is the A tier. Starting with the Archer Queen. She works very well with a lot of strong minis in the meta right now. Just throw the Musketeer and Healing Ranger behind her, and then you got the unstoppable trio. Literally. And the Dark Goblin also works very well behind the Archer Queen, and because Golden Giant is such a good tank right now, he can stall for such a long time to allow Archer Queen to get her super and decimate the enemy. So everything is just working out perfectly for the Archer Queen. Then we have the Pink Fairy. After the crazy 10 HP buff last balance change, she has just become such a force, because the HP buff is exactly what she needs to give her that extra survivability, to get that extra kills on 1 or 2 minis, and get those elixir, which just makes her even stronger again. And the Healing Ranger heals can also come in clutch for her as well, making them the best Fury combo. Oh wait, there's only 1 R in Pink Fairy? Oh shit. And then we have the Shield Maiden. take it away, Previak.
ShiuMing is one of the strongest heroes this season. She has a lot of health, so she usually survives until the end of the round and is constantly tanking. If you combine her with minis that can deal a lot of damage and survive for a long time, she can beat almost any hero.
And then we have the Barbarian King. It's just an all-round solid hero. It can counter Skeleton King decently well, and the attack damage buff means that he can get through ShiuMing's super very quickly, and the immunity shield is also guaranteed to tank at least one Pink Furry super. But he does struggle a bit against the Ultra Queen, but all round just a super solid pick. So he should be working very well for you. But now, the moment you're all waiting for, the best hero is the Skeleton King. Wait, what? No, what? This isn't even S tier. Wait, there isn't even an S tier hero. I mean, Skeleton King almost made it, but he's still high A. I guess there just isn't any OP heroes that can always carry you to win, which is pretty refreshing. But I guess it can still come with its downsides, like a rock, paper, scissors scenario that we're having between Pink Furry, Shield Maiden, and you guessed it, Skeleton King. Skeleton King can deal with Shield Maiden very well because once the SK gets the isolation on her, her ability to tank just goes down the drain because she can't even charge her super anymore. And getting the isolation isn't really that hard because after a few knockbacks with her super, she usually gets to a point where she's isolated. But the Pink Furry is a bit of a counter to SK because the guards that the SK spawns can help Pink Furry build up her elixir, which builds up her attack damage and attack speed and all that. But it's definitely not a super hard counter because, I mean, Pink Furry can't even one-shot a SK because he'll just revive. So Skeleton King is still very reliable at most times, and the isolation damage just forces people to play differently from their ideal setup and placements, and the guards can be very overwhelming as well. So here is the final tier list, and thanks a lot to Previak and all these pros again for the input. But of course, just picking a good hero is not enough. You also need strong minis to pair with it to fully unleash the hero's power. So here's a video of 11 pros ranking all the minis from worst to the best that you have to use in your deck.